Welcome back to Kicking in the Second Half. Kish YZ. We're bringing to you a PPF. We're doing Mr. Maverick himself, the Dirk replacement, Luka Doncic. I am D, back again with my co-host Hugh.
Yo, what's going on, everybody?
And once again, I would like to say, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please give us a subscribe and turn your notification bell on for when we do new drops and new players for our PPFs and our podcast and everything else that's on our channel as well. Hugh, like I said, this is a guy, people know him as an all-star. Was this his second time all-star? He's basically one of these guys that's definitely up and coming. If you haven't heard of him, maybe you haven't been watching basketball the last 2-3 years, basically since he's been in the league. Europe loves this guy. He's very popular over there. He was already a huge headline player over there before he was drafted into the NBA. But now we see that currently shifting over to here. But Hugh, let's start us off with a little bit of his background. Give us the spill.
All right. So Luka Doncic, he's currently 22 years of age. He was born in Slovenia. Yeah, thanks for the correct help. Thank you for helping me say that correctly, D. I appreciate it. I would have sounded like a fool if I didn't. But anyways, he started playing basketball at an extremely young age. He actually signed, I think it was a 5-year contract, I think is what I read, to play professional basketball for a team over there called Real Madrid at 16 years old. And he played from them from 2015 to 2018. 2018, he declared for the NBA draft, and he was taken 3rd overall to the Atlanta Hawks. Now, I guess he was traded, I think it said draft night, to the Mavs for the draft rights to Trae Young and a 2019 first-round pick. So, I guess…
Yeah, basically the Hawks, traded down to Dallas. Dallas wanted Luka, but, with them, the way it works with salaries in the NBA, whoever's drafted higher, they, cost more as far as the salary that's starting out. So I think they also probably got some type of second-round pick or something along the lines of something else added in that trade. But yeah, it was just a swap. Atlanta wanted Trae Young and Dallas wanted Luka. So it was just kind of basically puts a stamp on that, like, hey, if you do this for us, we'll give you this in return. Just to make sure we each get what we want.
Do you think, looking back, that Atlanta wishes they would have kept them?
No, Atlanta's fine with what they've got. That's
you
their
think they're
guy.
Happy with Trae?
Yeah, he's their franchise guy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna knock Trae, but I mean, Luka is like Luka. You know what I mean?
Luka's Luka, but you want what you want. Atlanta wanted Trae Young, so that's just the bottom line. I don't think it's at this point a look back to see, oh, we should have kept Luka. I think at this point right now, they got what they wanted and they're fine with it.
Yeah, I respect that. But yeah, so he's a newer guy in the league, but I mean, some of his awards, as a rookie, he was on the NBA All Rookie First Team in 2019, and also NBA Rookie of the Year in 2019. In 2020, he was on the All NBA First Team, and he is a back-to-back All-Star 2020 and 2021. Yeah, and his accolades for his European ball, I mean, the list was longer than our James Harden PPF last night. I think he won probably every award they got over there, from MVP to every year. It was like a Player of the Year. I saw he won like Sports Illustrated Player of the Year. Like, I mean, the list went on and on and on. He also plays for their national team over there. I can't remember the name of the team it said, but he also plays nationally for them. But yeah, I'll get into his stats a little bit this year. What he's averaging 28.6 points a game, 7.9 rebounds, 8.6 assists, 3 3-pointers made, 1 steal, and about half a block.
Wow, that's incredible. And also, we know him as a guy who can easily get triple doubles as well.
Oh yeah, all the time.
And yeah,
I mean, he's clutch, bro. That's one thing. Sorry,
this guy has a lot in his bag. He had a lot in his bag coming into the NBA. It was just an acclimation of the pace of the NBA, the longevity of how many games you're playing, how often you're playing. But his skill set was already prepared for the NBA as far as what he can do. We all know he's got that signature step back move. Between him and Harden, they shoot the most step back threes in the league, but he makes them. he takes a lot of them, but he carries the offensive load. But he can definitely pass. He's pretty big for a guard when he's running the point guard position. I think he started out at small forward when he came into the league, and then slash maybe shooting guard, but he's kind of shifted more towards that point guard role. They had Dennis Smith Jr. back when he was drafted, because Dennis Smith Jr. was in the draft the year before Luka was drafted. So they were trying to make that work out, but then they went a different route and obviously made Luka the primary ball handler and stuck him at the position of point guard going since then forward. But yeah, he's also one of these guys. He has a signature shoe. Well, not, I guess I shouldn't say a signature shoe, because he wears the Jordan brand and he's wearing the Jordan series, the Jordan 35, but I think he's going to get a PE of that, like a player edition of the shoe. So not exactly a signature shoe, but the signature series of Jordan. He's one of the faces of that sneaker line. I think Jason Tatum wears that, currently Zion Williamson as well, as far as the three young guys that's representing the Jordan brand with their signature series. But maybe he might get his own shoe. Zion's getting his own shoe this year. And maybe Luka will get his own down the line, or maybe he's just the guy that they want as the face of the signature line of the Jordan series. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I can see him getting his own shoe, but I didn't know Jordan had all that. They got some promise with those three young guys that you just said. But yeah, watching Luka, like if you just like cut on a Dallas game, he doesn't really look like your average point guard, like you touched on. I mean, he's a big dude for a point guard. He looks a lot more like a forward, like a small forward maybe, or something like that. He has a lot of size, but yeah, I mean, what I was just saying, he's just clutch, man. It's like I know he's hit numerous buzzer beaters already in his short career. Not last night, literally
So
last
do you
night.
consider him already a superstar in the league?
Yeah, I would. Would you?
Yeah, I say for sure. Yeah, I definitely put him up there as a superstar in the league. And we had a debate last night about GOAT status and Kevin Durant. But for this, I want to get to that as well. But the only criticism I see right now going forward is for him to have like some better defense and also some better efficiency from like shooting from the three. But I mean, he just takes a high volume of shots sometimes, and sometimes he has off games. But I think that'll come along throughout his career. Like you said, this is like what, his fourth season in the league, third or fourth.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to come along steady as far as picking up that efficiency. But the tricks and the talent, it's the bag of stuff, it's already there. So there's just going to be more to add to his game. And with him not being such an explosive athlete, as far as like a player that gets most of his buckets from just driving, attacking the basket, running into the defense really hard, or having hard falls, I don't see any major injuries with him through his career. And therefore, he could stay grounded and keep building on his game and building on his talent. And he'll just be one of those guys that you're going to be in awe to watch because of all the different ways he can score. I mean, he already does that now. He already can get to the free throw line, create fouls, create his own shot, and just do all kinds of things. So he's just going to be another one of those generational players to look out for. But I could potentially see him as the face of the league. That's going to be up for grabs basically after LeBron James retires. If LeBron doesn't retire before Luka retires, because who knows how long he's going to be in the league. But yeah, Luka's probably in line to be one of those guys to take over that spot. I mean, we have some promising young talent, but the way Luka plays already at his age and the potential growth there to increase his game is just phenomenal. What do you think about that?
Yeah, man. I think the sky's the limit for him. Sorry, I think I'm about to sneeze.
It's all right. Yeah, I think I see him as like, definitely sky's the limit, but he's like a maverick for life type of guy for me. Like if I'm thinking about what Mark Cuban did there with Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas, I don't see why he would pass the opportunity up to try to keep Luka at all costs, all means. Rather be a situation where you just get rid of everybody else on the roster, just start all over, whatever you have to do to make this guy comfortable and make this guy want to stay here. I think, sometimes when you see the European players come over to, to the NBA playing in America, sometimes they can stay grounded to where they're at and just stay local in the sense where the community is based around them. They love the community. It's just like a mutual relationship, kind of like, well, why Giannis chose to stay with the Milwaukee Bucks. And I see that happening here in Dallas. I don't see Mark Cuban. He's a great businessman. He's on Shark Tank, so I don't see why he would just have this slip away if there's something that he can do himself to make him happy, make him sit there. He's definitely going to do that. But Hugh, I wanted to ask you, like I said, we talked about the GOAT conversation with Kevin Durant. Do you see Luka as of right now, but factoring in his potential, being one of those guys that's going to be considered in that GOAT conversation?
I mean, so far so good for him. I mean, if the dude only gets better, that's one thing I wanted to touch on too. I think if I had any criticism for him, it would be his defense a little bit. You'd like to see those numbers up a little bit, but I mean, yeah, I mean, the dude's 22 years old. So I mean, he has, man, plenty of time to fix that stuff. But I mean, yeah, I potentially could see him. I mean, yeah, he's able to win a few chips throughout his career, and maybe an MVP or two. Like you said, he has the chance to be the face of the league.
I'll tell you what,
so,
I see Luka Doncic being an MVP caliber player. I mean, he's already MVP caliber player, but I thought maybe it was going to be this year. But I'm going to say next year. Next year, he's going to be definitely on the watch for MVP. If he doesn't get it next year, the following year. But I will go ahead and say that next year, Luka Doncic is going to be the MVP of the league. So that's going to start coming early. How many would he get? I don't know. I know he would probably, for me, get at least 3. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to get 3 in a row outside of injuries. Like once he starts, I think he's going to go on a run there and possibly get 3 in a row. I mean, I know that doesn't happen, obviously often at all to get 3 in a row, but I think he can do it. And I think he'll win a championship along the way during those MVP runs potentially. But he's definitely going to get a championship at some point in his career. How many? I'm not quite sure. It just depends on what the Mavericks want to build around him. Like I said, I don't see him leaving and going anywhere. He's definitely going to have at least one, but the sky's the limit. So I want to say he's going to have over one by the time he ends his career. I mean, like you said, he's so young. I could see him, if they get the right system, the right fit around him, and he just plays comfortably, and they're going to go on a streak there. So those MVPs and titles are going to come hand in hand. He'll probably have some scoring titles after a while as well. And, like I said, as far as the GOAT status, I would just like to say that this is the evolution of James Harden already. Even though James Harden is currently in the league, this is the evolved version of James Harden. This is an even better James Harden by the time you compare their careers, and by the time he gets into his prime age. This is a better version of James Harden, and that's what's going to put him in the GOAT conversation.
yeah, I've never really thought about that comparison, but I think it's legit. Their games mimic each other a lot. They're both can shoot. Both can pass. Both can crash the boards. Both can shoot the 3. Both step back. The Euro step. Yeah, I like those. I like that comparison. I never thought about that before, but yeah, I like that. But yeah, I mean, I agree with what you said. Hopefully he can win a chip or 2. I think it more or less. I mean, I think he has all the potential in the world. I think it's more or less what Dallas puts around him, the other pieces they give him, or right now what they have, their team. I don't really see him winning a chip like that. But if they get some other guys, I think better guys around them, I think they have a legitimate shot. But yeah, like their team right now, I don't really think it's built to compete with some of these other super teams and whatnot. But Dallas, if they're able to make some moves and put some right pieces around them, I think, yeah, like you said, they could go on a tear where they can win, quite a few. And MVPs, yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if it's 3 in a row. That'll be hard, but I could see maybe like a back-to-back and then maybe like a year break or something, then maybe another one or something. Because, I mean, the dude has, so many years to play. He's going to be, we're going to be talking about him for probably the next 12 years, probably at least, if not longer. So, I mean, yeah, he's going to stick around for a while. But yeah, I mean, me from talking outside of the podcast. I'm not the biggest Luka fan. At least I wasn't. I always feel like I criticized him probably a little too much than I should. But this season, watching him and what he's able to do for Dallas, have them in right now in the playing tournament. But just what he's able to do. I mean, I'm more high on Luka this season, like from watching him more and keeping up with it more than I've probably ever been. So yeah, I see him easily at the end of his career being talked about as one of the GOATs. If his potential just keeps going up and he just continues to elevate his play, like everybody expects him to, only get better. Like I said, step up the defense a little bit, get those numbers a little better. But yeah, I mean, I think that literally the sky's the limit for Luka. I mean, he could be the face of the NBA behind LeBron James, and that's huge shoes to fill. But I think that if anyone can do it, it would be Luka.
Yeah, I think he's definitely on the rise, and probably, like I said, next in line by the time LeBron does retire, and where his age is at. I think anybody around his age or younger is going to be in line. Giannis might be a little bit too old at that time if LeBron's got at least 5 more years in him and he's playing at a high level. So let's see. Yeah, shout out to Luka, aka the mini GOAT right now. Hugh, any last words you want to throw out there? Any shout outs?
Let's give a shout out to I'm gonna give a shout out to my dad, because I talked to him tonight and he is gonna sub here very soon. So yeah, he's going to hopefully be our 30th sub. So that's exciting. But yeah, I told him we appreciated it, and how we put out content every weeknight at least, and Sundays. So yeah, be expecting our 30th sub. If somebody don't beat him, I mean, if he takes his time, he could probably easily get beaten. But yeah, so
yeah, if you're watching this video and you want to jump in there and beat him, give us a like and then hit the sub button. Give us the 30th subscription, and go ahead and put your name in the comments if you want to, or comment on the video. We'll shout you out. No problem. Once again, thanks for kicking in the second half. Kish YZ, you can catch us here on our YouTube page. You can also catch us on anchor.fm, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, and Spotify for the audio only versions. Hugh, take it away, buddy.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody's support. Appreciate the views. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you really like the video, you want to see more content, everything else that we do here on our channel, give me a sub. No veggies, none. But yeah, so like I said, we appreciate all the support. Be sure to like, turn your notification bell on, be up to date with all the latest videos. But we appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Yeah, much appreciation, everybody. Peace and love.